Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Inut here. It's been a minute, right? And I honestly didn't think my, you know, comeback video was gonna be about Scarlet Reaper, but here we fucking are, right? So, kind of to lay it out, dude's back, in probably the most hilarious way. You probably wouldn't even expect it to come out like this, but it is pretty good. Uh, to kind of highlight, he did come back briefly, trying to get into the WWE community on Twitter, but they kind of found him. His Twitter handle was RevPredCatcher, right? I don't know how people wouldn't realize it's him because he's kind of the only guy that rants and raves about reverse predators and tried to catch them. Uh, but yeah, they got him, right? I saw his on Twitter after he deactivated, so if you go to @RevPredCatcher now, I own it, and it's kind of funny. It links back to my Twitter, and I talk about how Scarlet allegedly likes kids on there, right? But, enough dwelling on that, right? So, this is kind of a two-parter, right, about Scarlet's return. There's Gus Fring, and then there's Lunarine VT, right? Both of which are up on screen now. Gus Fring is a Discord account that he used to reach out to currently controversial new content cop Connor F305. I don't really care about that drama. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just here for Scarlet. It's just Scarlet's funny to me, man. This man is a modern day lolcow. So, to get into it, right, with the Gus part, he reaches out to Connor F305 and just details some stuff about, oh, I see you're beefing with FPS Diesel. Well, he pushed my friend to killing himself. Which, if you didn't know, Scarlet faked his own death, right? Pretty poorly, because he's come back like 3 times now. And, with each return, it somehow gets worse, right? But he tries to leak some shit about Diesel, which I don't care. That drama really isn't mine. I'm not a Cameron fan, and I'm not a fucking Diesel fan. I just like looking into this guy, and Diesel community keeps finding this guy. It's pretty fucking funny. Anyways, I digress. And he goes into all that. And this Gus guy, it ends up he's working with a mod of Cameron's. I'm not gonna show their name. This isn't really mine. Again, this isn't really my beef, right? But I reached out to one of Cameron's mods in his Discord. Just be like, hey, this Gus guy, is there anything you can tell me about him? They were very defensive of him, which, granted, I am just a random inut coming out of nowhere, asking these questions about something that it seems like you've been working with. And when I say working with, and you're gonna hear me click a little bit on my computer right here, I mean working with to the extent of that you are, quote unquote, Gus has been helping me find out with logs with people slamming Cameron so they can get them banned. So, and pretty much, I'm not going to show my DMs with this person fully. I'll show that snippet, that little part of the conversation. But pretty much, they're working with Scarlet after I explained everything about it. And now there's off chance Gus Fring might just be one of Scarlet's friends, right? Still claiming that Scarlet ended their own life, which is silly in its own right. But with that, after I detail everything that Scarlet's done, the multiple suicide baits, the pedophile allegations that he brought on to himself after he self-admitted that he ERP'd with a minor on VR chat, the part of him harassing young ladies on VR chat because they're quote-unquote reverse predators, the part of Scarlet defending Mr. T. Lexify, which is an obvious pedophile. So, it just doesn't make sense. Hello guys, future Inet here. During editing, I found that he has actually changed his name from Gus Fring to Nacho, the Nacho from Better Call Saul, and I just think it's really funny. I just want to mention that. I guess he's on a Breaking Bad arc right now. I don't know. Anyways, back to current Inet. With that said, as I said, I'm keeping this mod. I'm keeping them, incognito. I'm not spreading their name. I'm not trying to stir more drama with them. But it is crazy to me when there's this much evidence that this person that clearly has something against Diesel at this point, because Diesel keeps finding him, keeps outing him, or not Diesel himself, but his community, right? Keeps doing, like, he has something against Diesel. So he then uses an outlet, sees someone beefing with Diesel, comes in, my friend killed themselves, here's all this, and just leaks a lot of shit, right? And it's just pathetic at this point. I reached out to Gus, and he instantly blocked me. I just told him I want to talk, right? After I've made these videos, after I outed him to his previous idol, Birdman, I just figured I could give him an outlet to come talk, see if we can clear up anything. But he really doesn't want to clear it up. He instantly blocked me. He at least read my message. The message went through, but then he blocked me, right? He just instantly blocked another friend of mine that's from the Birdman community when he tried to reach out as well. And this mod of Cameron's didn't want to try to convince him to just talk to me. Now, if I would have talked to Scarlett, I wouldn't have leaked anything, right? I would have had a conversation with him, see what I'd done, or just use it as my own kind of like closure for this guy. But he is so far up his own ass at this point that he is instantly blocking iNut. Now, you're like, well, if he's just only instantly blocked you on this one account, well, that's where we're gonna roll into this Lunarine part. So there's this VTuber, which I'm not gonna waste my time getting the clips of it, but it's very clearly Scarlett using a voice changer. FPS Diesel and his mod, the Op Block, have shown a clip showing where he forgot to turn off his voice changer, and it is very clearly Scarlett. And you're like, well, it could just be another Puerto Rican man, that may sound like him, Well, the thing is, if I go to Lunarine's Twitch and Twitter, I'm already banned, and which was the case for a lot of Diesel's community. And to add to that, I have 2 Twitter alts that I just use for trolling, right? One of which I used during the initial Scarlett drama, just to kind of egg him on, trying to get inside and, get some knowledge about him, get him to try and confide in me. And that one, he has blocked on Twitter, on that Lunarine account. And then my other account, which is another troll account, is also blocked already by him, along with my main, obviously, right? And it's kind of weird, right? Why would this random VTuber I've never interacted with be so quick to, pre-block me? I think on the Twitch, whenever I looked at it, I was banned in December of 2024. So it really doesn't make sense. And it has me thinking, this guy's going around, one, trying to start up a VTuber career, sounding terrible. If I feel like it, I'll throw a clip up and you'll hear it. If not, then I didn't do it, But you can look him up. It's Lunarine. I'll have it probably somewhere in the description. Don't harass him, but if you want to hear the voice changer, it's kind of fucking hilarious. Anyways, right? So it's just kind of weird, I didn't really do anything. I just outed you to your idol, made you look like a retard on his live stream, and it was really funny, by the way. But yeah, this dude just he needs some help, right? I extended the olive branch, but instead he's hiding behind a VTuber avatar trying to make content again, and then he's hiding behind the name Gus Fring, which is pretty funny. Going to a YouTuber that is beefing with a guy he has a grudge against. Like, don't get me wrong, he's getting harassed, right? Fucking Scarlett gets harassed back to back to back. But it's because he's never owned any of the things he's done, and that's the part that I don't think he understands. He has gone time and time again, coming up, Rev Pred Catcher, and now this Gus Fring guy, like, just to name a few, where he's just doing some dumb shit. And I'm sitting here like, damn, I made a video on this guy, or my last one, like 7-8 months ago, and I'm seeing more about him come out now. And it's just crazy to me. It's funny. It is really funny. But holy shit, is it sad. Anyways, I could yamp all day about this. Again, this isn't an expose for Cameron's mod. I do think it is weird, right, that I present all this evidence. I even linked them to my videos where, I've kind of archived all this information about Scarlett. just so that if he ever comes in another community, we can send it, right? And if he somehow assimilates to a new community without any drama, that's good. Just don't be a freak, right? But it's just crazy to me that presenting all this to his mod that is working with him, they just don't care. They're gonna side with this Gus Fring. Again, I'm a random INOT that came out of nowhere with this information to them, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that this guy, that Gus Fring, has been helping them out a lot, and that they have that rapport with one another, so they're not gonna believe an INOT, right? But it just comes to a point where, again, I'm showing you all this evidence, and you're gonna keep working with them. So I think that is more so for you, the viewer, to deduce if Cameron's team likes to work with fucking self-accused pedophiles, I guess, self-titled, and reverse predator catchers and pedophile defenders, like Scarlet Reaper. Even if that's somehow not Scarlet, then you're still taking the word for someone that is actively hiding this person that is a pedophile, that has defended, I'm not going to say definitively he's a pedophile, he's alleged pedophile, right? His own allegations that he brought up, but it's still alleged. Nothing's been proven in court. So, I don't know. You, the viewer, go figure that out. You can ask Cameron, ask his mods, why they're working with a alleged pedophile and grifter and pedophile defender. Anyways, I digress. That is all for me. This is almost 12 minutes of me yapping about this man, and it is a Wednesday morning for me, so I gotta go enjoy my day. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I don't know how often I'll upload. I reset my computer, upgraded it and all that, and I just now reinstalled everything for editing and recording videos, so I might make more. We'll see what it does. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that decides to be. Hopefully it is not Scarlet Reaper related.